Last War fans, Dirk Diggler here, and it's time to discuss what squad types you should be using against what type of monsters. Now, we're going to talk about Martial Guard, Doom Walkers, Doom Elites, and Zombie Bosses. And I'm going to show you why you want to pick what I'm suggesting. Now, of course, this does come down to a case-by-case basis as well, because if you have a super strong tank squad, for example, but your missile squad is, a little hurting, then in some situations it's still going to make more sense to use your number one squad. So I'm showing examples where either you have max heroes, max skills, that type of thing, or you have equal level heroes and squads. So in either one of these cases, this will make a difference for you. If, like I said, you have one primary squad and the other squad's kind of a screw in a pooch, so to speak, then it still may make the most sense for you to use your primary squad. Okay, as you can see, I made a pretty little box to help you write down and remember what to use for what. For Martial Guard, you're going to want to use Missile. For Doom Walkers, you're going to want to use tanks. For Doom Elites, you're going to want to use air. And for Zombie Bosses, you're going to want to use tanks. And I'm going to show you a couple brief examples why. We're going to start off with Zombie Bosses because it happens to be gold zombie time right now. And I'm going to give you a little insight here. I'm going to go take a look at one of my battle reports for Zombie Boss Attack. Hit the details here. And I'm going to show you why you should be using what you should be using. You're going to see here, I actually used aircraft, but it's because it was a lower level zombie and I was running multiple squads. But you can see here, what are we fighting against? We're fighting against tanks and missiles. And let me show you, it's going to be that way every time. So if I go pick another one, for example, here, let me show you where I use the right squad type. So here I more than likely, and I did. So here I use tanks. So this is the right squad type you want to use against zombie bosses. And that's because you're always fighting, like I said, 3 tanks and 2 missiles. So you have 2 counters here, and then you have 3 of the light kind. If you used helicopters, for example, well, that would be cool because you would counter 3 of them, but then you would be countered by 2. If you use missiles, you'd be countered by 3, and you would only share like kind with 2. So you can see from doing this that tank is by far your best choice. If, like I said, all things are considered equal. And you'll even see here your lineup moderately counters the enemy's lineup. And if I hop back to the other one, you can see your lineup is evenly matched with the enemy's lineup. And then when I use missiles, you can see your lineup is moderately countered by the enemy lineup. So, it even tells you which one you should be using, which in this case is obviously tank. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at a Doom Elite battle. And you can see here, we're fighting 3 choppers and 2 tanks. So what's the best solution here? Well, it's going to be chopper. So when you fight Doom Elites, you're going to want to use air. Okay, so keep that in mind. You can see I'm not using that here. It's, once again, I was having multiple rallies going on, but you want to use chopper. You can see your lineup is moderately countered by the enemy lineup. Once again, look down here. It'll tell you used the wrong squad type. So that's a great way to tell if you're screwing up in terms of squad types. And you can see here from Zero sending air, you can see what he got. Your lineup moderately counters the enemy lineup. So once again, that's the move you want to make. So you want to be keeping an eye on this for your squad types. Anytime you're fighting anything, really, you want to make sure you're sending the correct squad type, assuming, once again, everything is somewhat equal. So remember, try to use missile against MG, tank against Doom Walkers, air against Doom Elites, and tanks against zombie bosses. And always, like I said, take a look at the battle reports and see what feedback you're getting from the game. It's usually pretty good. Anyhow, hope this was a helpful video for you. I know I was kind of running blind for a long time. I just kind of sent squads at it randomly and didn't really care, but now I definitely pay close attention to that, and it makes a huge difference. I was getting, more than 50% damage increases using missile when I was hitting MG. So now I make my top squad missile for MG, and that's the one I use to try to join rallies as frequently as possible. And here you can take a look at MG really quickly as well to see what you're facing here. You're facing 3 air and 2 missile. So that's why in this situation you want to run missile, because you'll get 2 of the light kind and you'll get 3 counters. So that's why missile does so much better. And you'll see here from my air attack, I got 3.8. And then if I go look at my missile, here's my missile. I got 6.2. Granted, like I said, I moved my gear, top gear, my red gear to the missile squad. But look at this. Look at the difference, though, I get 6.2. So keep that in mind. Oh, the other thing, too, I should mention, you definitely want to scout first. So make sure you scout. And then the mushroom base also helps as well. It gives you a little bumpy bump. So scout, mushroom base, and then on top of that, for profession, war leader for the morale, that'll help as well. Right now I'm engineer because we just started season 2, so I'm building things up. But as you can see here, this is a good guide for what you should be using to attack what type of monsters. Anyhow, Last War fans, Dirk Diggler, have a good one.